Hello, BookTube. I'm here to talk about one of my favorite authors ever. I've mentioned her a bit before on this channel. You've seen the books I have of her, but recently, I went to a bookshop and I was like, I'm gonna pick up the newest Nora Roberts book because I read it when it came out originally. This is Hidden Nature, and ever since yesterday, I have been completely addicted to Lenora Roberts. I love her so much. I can't even begin to tell you my passion and love for her. So, my journey with Nora, let's start with that. So, I've been reading Lenora for since I was a teen, pretty much. I probably started when I was like 15, 16. What's that? It's like 7-ish years, 6 years. And I started and I read a couple of her just category romances, and I didn't think much of them. I thought they were a bit dated, and they're like some of the 80s ones, to be honest, like the mass markets or whatever, and I don't have them now. But pretty much, I always heard Mara from books like Woe talk about Nora and how much she loved Nora, and I thought, okay, I'll give her another try when I see her or whatever. And then Mara back in the day announced reading Roberts. It was like a month long reading Nora Roberts reading challenge. I loved it so much. I still remember what I read. But anyway, for that challenge, the main group read was Year One, and that was Nora doing more of like a dystopian type of novel. And I was kind of shocked because the range right there from just a normal category romance to a dystopian I thought was a bit interesting, but it didn't really work for me year one. So I thought, okay, I know she's not like I know she's a romance writer, so I thought I'd try something a bit more modern with her. And literally, the book I picked up that day was Tribute. Gagged. I loved it so much, and I can't even begin to tell you what I loved about it. And I was like, okay, that was amazing. And so then I moved on and read Whiskey Beach, which blew me away. And then I was addicted pretty much. And I read The Villa, Identity, and Shelter in Place and The Obsession, Black Hills, and I just could not stop reading Nora. And I did try some other stuff because when you read Nora, there's a couple areas she writes in pretty much. You have her straight ahead contemporary romances, which I love. I think they're very much my style. Her leading men can be a bit alpha and but not like douchey, but just like I'm the man, like very old school leading men. But her heroines are so amazing. She gives them like the most literally the coolest jobs you can imagine. We're talking, house renovator, interior designer, marine biologist, like stuff you don't really see in romance, especially contemporary romance. And I love that Nora was, that's her niche. And I love her romances, and I love the way she does family dynamics too. I think they're so much more interesting than a lot of other contemporary writers, and I think she just stands out so much. And when it comes to oh my god, Nora when she does fantasy, because she dips her toes into more of like an urban fantasy type of story. It's never worked out for me. I've tried a couple, like probably two or three, and they've never worked for me. And I don't feel like it's her like her strength pretty much, but she does them nearly every year. And I'll keep trying them because I want to find like a different, a Nora for each subgenre she writes in pretty much, and hopefully I'll find that. But I love that. I did try because she has a spin-off series, the In Depth series, which is like 60 something books long. She's been doing it since the 90s, and it's like a futuristic police procedural with like a romance subplot. And I've only got through the first two books, and it really wasn't for me. And then I think, oh, I should restart it. But then I think, oh, it's 60 books. But I feel like I would, if I like it, I'd fly through it pretty much. But so that's your main Nora stuff. She does paranormal, she does fantasy romances with like a thriller twist to them too. And that's what I love about Nora. She does really great thriller suspense novels with a romantic twist, like Whiskey Beach, like Identity, or Hidden Treasures, or I could keep going on. Shelter in Place deals with a shooting, and just the way she's able to weave that into like a thriller with a romantic subplot is incredible. Her writing's very nice too. If you like the subplot, if you like the blurb at the back, you'll be fine with her writing. Um, I do find she kind of struggles a bit midway through. The story starts to meander a bit and go a bit long because her books tend to be like nearly 500 pages, like 450 or whatever, and I kind of get used to it after a while. But I love her flair for writing. I love her knack for story. Her dynamics are incredible in terms of the families, and so all of this combined, I thought I'm gonna buy some more Nora Roberts because there's some that I haven't read yet, obviously, because she's done like nearly 300 books or whatever. But there's some that I used to have that I don't have anymore. Like, I used to have Black Hills, The Liar was another one I read and loved, but I got rid of that. What else I used to have? I used to have a couple more, and I thought I would go through, because I recently, yesterday, I brought some more Nora Roberts, and I thought I would tell you the ones that I'm going to do, because I haven't read everything, but I've heard a lot about these books, and there's some big Nora Roberts books I just haven't got to yet. So I brought in a delusional frenzy panic about Nora. I realized I needed more. So I brought The Witness, The Search, Blue Smoke, The Reef, and the entire Cheap's Chesapeake Bay series. And I know the Chesapeake Bay series is set like a coastal town, like near the ocean, and I was gagged. I was like, take my money, Nora. Take it, because I need that in my life. And the reef's like got a marine biologist plot to it with hidden treasure. I'm like, take my money, Nora, just take it. The Search and The Witness are more thriller suspense. I heard that The Search has animals in it, and like Nora does like animal training, like one of the heroines is like animal trainers. You'll see that a lot too. Or her main heroine trades, they're either a house renovator or a animal behaviorist or whatever that is. And I love that so much. And so yeah, those are like the oh my god, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books I'm currently on the way to fulfill my Nora Roberts collection. And I hope to go to an op shop this weekend and freak out on their Nora section because they have a shelf of it and it's 3 layers stacked, and that's intimidating, but I'm so excited to hopefully go through that this weekend. But in terms of some other stuff I haven't read The Bridal Quartet yet. I have Visions in White and Happy Ever After, and I feel like I want to get them. Is there like 4 free books or whatever? I want to get the rest of the books in that series before I keep going on with that series, just because I want to feel like I'm complete. But in terms of my next Nora Roberts, I don't know, to be honest. I look around and I think, oh, maybe I'll probably reread The Villa or something like that. But I love Whiskey Beach, so maybe I should do that. I don't know. But yes, that's me ranting about Nora. Pick her up if you haven't. Check out all the titles I've mentioned because if you like the plots of them, just read the back and see if you like them or not. But Nora does everything, and I really appreciate that. And I feel like in terms of romance writers, that's been going on for over 40 years now, pretty much. She's incredible. Hidden Identity was great, which came out a couple years ago. Hidden Nature was a really solid book that came out this year too. She has like 2 more books coming out this year. Pick them up. And yeah, and I love Nora, and I feel like she's becoming a really favorite author in terms of romance, like a consistent in my life. And I love her way more than I've loved like a Danielle Steele or even like a Jackie Collins, because I feel Nora is just so consistent and she just does what I love, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, so that's me ranting about Nora Roberts for nearly 10 minutes. But yeah, let me know what you think of Nora. Have you read any of her books? What books do you own? What are you planning to read by her? And just tell me your plans about Nora and how you found her. So yeah, that was my unhinged ranty tribute to Nora Roberts. And yeah, thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I will see you next time.